I get it now. I get why the trans community is freaking out and using the word genocide. Frankly, it's really sad for history with what genocide actually is. Forbidden definitions. Reading definitions of words that seem to be being misused in current times for propaganda, political skew, confused or angry people, etc. Today's word is genocide. Now, I think a lot of us know what that is. It's a little simpler. It basically means at some horrible time in history, a country or people decided to kill everyone or try to kill everyone from a particular group. Could be a religion, it could be a country, it could be a race, or the guys over there with the funny hats. Let's kill them all. And that generally is what genocide means. However, we're starting to see it used a lot currently as it relates to, believe it or not, if you haven't heard it, trans people, and also as it relates to the Israel Palestine issue. Let's dive into the definitions, shall we? First one, the Oxford Dictionary of English. This is the current postmodern dictionary, which I said is a bit dumbed down. It's thinned out and gives you only the basics. So, genocide. Noun, the deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular nation or ethnic group. That's it. But the origin is from the 1940s, from Greek genos, meaning race. And then they just added side to it. I unfortunately just ruined some of your discovery. Going back to the first Webster's International Dictionary, genocide is simply not in here. The word does not exist. We go up to Webster's New International Dictionary from 1911, and once again, there is no genocide. We go up to the second unabridged Webster's New International Dictionary, and again, there is no genocide. However, geno is in fact in here, which it says before vowels gen, combining form from Greek genos, meaning race, kind, or sex, as in genoblast, genotype, etc. So, race, kind, sex. Let's go find the word side. There's a lot of CH words, isn't there? Chia. Oh, this is riveting YouTube, isn't it? It's to kill. That's it, to kill. Ethnicity, race, nation, and sex, as it is in this book, is genos from Greek, or geno. And side means to kill, as in pesticide, as pest is a icky little critter you don't like, and side is something that will kill it. All right, let's go to Webster's third New International Dictionary, and this is where it gets interesting. The use of deliberate systematic measures as killing, bodily or mental injury, unlivable conditions, prevention of births. Those are examples. Calculated to bring about the extermination of a racial, political, or cultural group, or to destroy the language, religion, or culture of a group. 2. One who advocates or practices genocide. Oh, hell. That's where this gets interesting. Now, this is the first time in all these Forbidden Dictionary definitions series that I have done where the definition didn't evolve to a unique place. 2 times with the modern Oxford Dictionary here has a word become to where it had an added political slant, where it didn't in books of the mid to late 20th century. So with the words fascism and also nationalism, the modern dictionary here gave it an odd slant. In any case, this is the first time with these words where it only came to exist here in the latter half of the 20th century, and then to the modern dictionary, it sort of got fixed. And the reason I say that is because geno, as we say, relates to race, religion, sex, and side simply means to kill. To kill. The word genocide specifically means you take a group and you kill them. That's it. But what's so strange is this dictionary, Webster's third New International Dictionary, adds a bunch to what that is. But what's interesting, where it says killing, bodily or mental injury, unlivable conditions, prevention of birth, that's put in parentheses in addition to. So if we remove that, what's in parentheses, the use of deliberate, systematic measures calculated to bring about the extermination of a racial, political, or cultural group. See, now that is easier to read quickly because that means to kill, okay? The use of deliberate, systematic measures. That means, as in killing, bodily or mental injury, unlivable conditions, or prevention of births. Okay, all of those things used singularly or together more specifically, or with other things, that's fine. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's still about the extermination, the killing of the people. But it also says, or to destroy the language, religion, or culture of a group. That's soft and ambiguous. What's fascinating is even when we go to the modern Oxford Dictionary here, which I think is a dumbed down postmodern one, which doesn't give much information, the word genocide, as I mentioned here, and I'm discovering this now, that's why I'm fascinated by this, it simply makes it concise where it says the deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular nation or ethnic group. Okay. I guess we have to define killing now. I don't know. People are kooks nowadays. They can't define the basics of words. And you got so many lunatics on the internet trying to skew words. I'm just talking even beyond politicians that, God, you have to go here and define everything. Kill. Cause the death of. Yeah, we kind of knew that. 2, to put an end or to cause the failure or defeat of something. Okay. Overwhelm with an emotion. This sense is killing me. So let's see it. If we go with this second definition of kill, to put an end to or cause the failure or defeat of, and we go to genocide, then you could argue that if you go to genos, okay, let's go back to the last biggest dictionary that has both genos and side. Side, a suffix signifying killing, isn't to kill. Okay. Geno, combining form of Greek. Race, kind, or sex. Okay, I get it now. I get why the trans community is freaking out and using the word genocide, talking about anything they portray as an attack on what they feel they and their culture are. The general populace of the entire world reads genocide at face value as in the actual killing, the physical death of life of an individual, of a country, nation, race, sex, etc. As in Nazi Germany loading up people, primarily or largely Jewish, into concentration camps, combined with other, I don't know, deplorables or people they didn't like, to use Hillary Clinton's word. That's genocide. There's been lots of other times in history of genocide with people that didn't like other people and their funny hats. So the trans community. I guess if you take the second definition of killing, meaning to put an end to, and in genos, you use the word sex in terms of a modern cultural definition, which is strange because they have a hard time defining things. One could argue that you could, in fact, put the word genocide in relation to the trans community if people are saying things about them to where they're biological people of one sex/gender pretending to be another one, and if those people say something like that, it undermines their entire existence and is therefore to them a more of an anomaly definition of the word genocide. Okay, so let's go with the practical application of the anomaly. Very labored construction of the word genocide the way they're using it. Okay, so what's going to happen is the rest of the world is going to go, shut the f*** up. Millions upon millions of people the world over through history have been killed, like legitimately murdered, tortured in the worst possible ways, in the scariest, worst things of humanity. And you're wordsmithing because people are making you feel bad, and it's going to erase your culture from existence. I can understand why the general populace could think of these people as basically whiny, crying children, taking away the horror of things in history that are truly terrible. When nobody is erasing them and nobody is killing them, especially not by any large extent that remotely qualifies by what the general populace of the world has always defined and understood the meaning of genocide to be. And pretty clearly in these books. Even the really dumb modern one here, the deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular nation or ethnic group. Not genocide. The other thing you have to look at is, if you have to wordsmith that hard to use an extreme word like genocide to create giant emotional reactions and algorithm and clickbait traction, you're taking away from the power of the meaning of the word where it really counts. But if you have to do that to describe what's happening with you, okay, let's give it consideration. If those people think that others simply assessing and critiquing what they are in relation to the general populace of the world and how they view sex and gender, in reality, that's not actually destroying a culture. That's not destroying the people. They're still going to be around. To say that there's some states that are putting laws about maybe taking away government support from gender-affirming care, as it's called, and doing things to ban so schools and states can't take away parents' children's just because they may seem more effeminate if they're a boy or seem kind of a tomboy if they're a girl, to then put them through gender-affirming care just because there's states and stuff pushing psychologists to not just affirm everybody's belief about everything, does not mean that their culture by any means is going away. It also doesn't mean that state or people are eradicating those ability of the people of the trans community to exist or walk around in public. Those people have the exact same rights as every single other American at all. But you know a right that I don't have as an individual? I don't have the right to tell people how they think about me. I can tell them that I think they should think a certain way, but I don't have the right to force somebody to think anything about me. You all are making your judgments about everything about me right now, and that's fine. You can do that. In fact, if I am doing anything other than being me, or in some way leading you to believe something that's not true about me, that's kind of a me problem. I should perhaps think of doing a better job. And if you look around based upon what you see and hear of me, and you go, hey, that's a skinny middle-aged car guy with a scruffy beard that hasn't shaved in a while that really likes cars and being in his garage. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that if you are thinking other things of me or refuse to say the things I do, that that's genocide. That would be, in my opinion, a crazy usage of the word. I would say, beyond this unusual usage of the word genocide, if somebody, which is sad, frankly, it's really sad for history with what genocide actually is, commonly defined as throughout all history, and people know. It's insane to take that away. It's insane to be that confusing. But that is the time we live in, of clickbait, of extremism. Heck, you watch Mr. Beast, he's the biggest YouTuber in the world. When he talks about titles, he flat out said it, the most extreme one will be the best. That's YouTube's doing, that's social media's doing. And this is a product of that part of our lives with all social media platforms. The extremeness of our politics and politicians is also a product of that. It's sad, isn't it? The entirety of the LGBTQ+ movement in the United States of America, there's no genocide happening anywhere, period. And if you're going to use the word genocide to describe what you feel is happening to you, I would suggest using a different word, because that has such a powerful meaning throughout all of history, simply meaning you're killing a lot of people, like ceasing them to exist or live anymore. That's what people know it as. So if you use that word to describe, it's hurting your feelings and demeaning your world and your culture, people are not going to take you seriously anymore. When they realize what they actually think genocide means, the actual killing of people in vast numbers, is not happening, you can understand why the general public would go, maybe I'm not going to take you all seriously anymore. So I would suggest for all of us in general to hang on to our feelings. Let's chill a little. Let's fight the urge to pop the algorithm on all social media platforms and be extreme. And let's try to find better words that are more understood by everybody clearly, so that we can honestly, honest of mind, honest of word, honest of logic, honest of heart, tell people how we feel that things are going on. And if through all of the words of the English language, if we're unable to make people feel the way we do or see something completely, then I would say that's a you problem. Because if you think genocide is happening to you just because others don't use the words you like about you, and that alone could completely wipe your culture off the face of the earth, that doesn't seem like a real culture. That seems like a conceptual one or an imaginary one, to use a simple word. So let's all consider using the English language a little more reasonably from here on out, shall we? Maybe we can just chill on your feelings for a while and work on the tangible things out there to make the world a better place. In the meantime, maybe, I don't know, get yourself an ice cream cone or something. Works for Joe Biden. See you guys next time.